What is up, guys? For this video we're going to be solving a little bit of an exhaust issue I've had. The rear hanger all the way at the back of the truck, and I apologize for the fact that I'm about to use my cell phone light because you won't be able to see very well, but it's good enough. This hanger right here snapped because it's thin, it's rusty, all the stock hangers are gone, and I don't really like this tailpipe. I've been planning on getting rid of it for a while. We're going to remove it completely, and the truck is going to have a full 3-inch exhaust all the way out the back. I'm going to use these 3 sections of pipe sitting right here to build a side exit for it. But I'm going to do a bit of a different setup for the side exit from what I did on the old green truck. If you want to go way back and look at some old videos, you'll see what we had going on for that one. But that one had the muffler and everything sitting further forward, so I was able to just run the tailpipe underneath of the frame and out. But even then it hung really low, and since I do eventually plan on dropping this truck, I don't want to have to run into issues with the exhaust when that does eventually happen. So we've got a 90 and a 45. I'm going to have to cut this one as short as I can and this one as short as I can and weld them together so that they have, you know, the least amount of length as possible. And then I got this 3-inch to exit out of the truck. The plan is to take that 4-inch hole saw, it's sitting right there, and I'm going to run the exhaust out the side of the bed somewhere in this region. Actually, we can go down here real quick, use the pathetic little phone light. It'll be enough for you guys to kind of see. So as you can see right here, here's an opening, and then right there is the pipe from the muffler. So I'm going to take the 90 and that 45 I've got and butt them up as close to this muffler as I can, and then run the 90 over and the 45, and then it's just going to come across the frame up here and then below the bed, and then there's going to be a hole up here in the side of the bed for it to exit. I was kind of hesitant to do it. I don't really care about the bed. As you can see, it's rusty. It's got a rust hole over there that I've taped up because it slings stuff at the window. It's rusty. It's got dings. It's got dents. This bed's not perfect. If it was a clean bed, I probably wouldn't be cutting a hole into it, but this one, who cares? The only reason I really was thinking against doing it was because I'm trying to go for a whole sleeper look, trying to keep everything as low profile as possible. But after I thought about it, a pipe just sticking slightly out of the bed is going to be less noticeable than a giant 3-inch exhaust pipe hanging underneath of the truck sticking out. Because at least this way you'll only be able to see like a very small bit of the pipe sticking out of the side of the bed. Everything else will be concealed. It'll be a much better setup. It'll be a lot cleaner looking. I need to get the 90 and the 45 cut up and welded together, and then I need to go down underneath the truck and cut the pipe off the back, get the old tailpipe out. I'm going to recycle the hanger that's on that tailpipe and weld it to the muffler to support the exhaust. I want to run 2 hangers, but I only have 1 right now. I'm going to make it work because right now the entire back end of the exhaust is just swinging around, which is not good. And then I'll go underneath the truck, cut the tailpipe out, grab that hanger, support the exhaust up with something, get it positioned right, and then get that hanger welded up to the muffler real nice. And then I'll go and test fit this. That's the plan. Like I said, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get these cut and welded together just so that the majority of the welding I'm going to be doing is done. And then we'll go and cut the tailpipe off, get a hanger welded to that muffler, start test fitting stuff, and get started on drilling the hole in the bed. Okay, so I've got the hanger done for the muffler. I don't know how well it's going to hold up. I want to figure out some sort of a secondary hanger that I can maybe drill some holes through the bed and then run that one to the end of the tailpipe that I'm going to have on it now, because I wasn't able to really get the welder up there good, and it was throwing slag all over me because the metal was dirty even after I sanded it and cleaned it, because it had some sort of coating on that muffler, and the angles and everything was just really difficult without being able to bring the muffler out. I can in the future, but I wanted to see if I could do it without, and it's working so far. I've tried, shaking on it, putting a lot of weight on it. We'll see how it holds up, I guess. But I got the curved pipe built, and it fits perfect. So here it is, slid over the muffler, and then there's my dookie welds, junk. But they work. There's a giant gap I had to fill on that spot you were looking at, actually. And then right there is where it's sitting. And right there is where the hole's going to go. So what I need to do now is grab my tape measure, figure out where the center of the hole is going to be, at least approximately, and then drill a hole from in here out so I can see where I need to put the hole saw, and then put the hole saw in, do that, and then I need to go get that 3-inch pipe that's sitting over there. I need to just eyeball it, slide it in to the hole in the bed, figure out where I need to cut it, and then weld it to that pipe, and then clamp that pipe up, and then we'll be done. And the truck will have a full 3-inch officially, which will be nice. And then I guess I won't have to worry about exhaust stuff for quite a while. I do, like I said, I want to get that muffler out at some point. Maybe when we're doing turbo exhaust stuff, I'm going to drop it all the way out and weld that hanger the proper way. Actually, I should be able to do that just fine when I'm doing that, because I'll have the front end of the exhaust disconnected, so I'll just drop the entire exhaust out, basically, weld the hangers up real nice, make sure everything is solid, and then we'll go ahead and put it back up, and then the down pipe will run up to it, and we'll be all good. But it's really smoky in here from running the welder and everything, so I'm going to go step out, maybe get something to eat for a little bit, let it air out in here, and then I will come back after, a few minutes here once the air's cleared out a little bit and continue working on it. Alright, well, I've got a hole drilled from the inside out sitting right there. I used a measuring tape to find the center of the exhaust pipe that's in there, and then just ran it out here, found it, and now I'm going to share the cringe moment with you guys as I cut a hole into the side of my bed. Bam! I did a pretty good job of getting that thing centered too. Probably about the only solid piece of that bed, and I just cut it off. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but you can. Oh, I can't even reach back here and get it. There we go. I got this hole pretty well centered. Now I've got to go get that 3-inch pipe. We'll test fit it, see where I need to cut it. Well, slide her in. Oh man, I can't see. I'm gonna have to go grab my leg. Yeah, I didn't do that bad, really. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty content with that. It's just a little bit back, but that's something I could correct later if I get like a cover for the hole. But I think it's going to look pretty nice once I have that cut and it's not sticking 12 inches out. I think it'll be a pretty nice looking setup, honestly. And it's got a pretty swing to it as well, which is nice. But I don't think I'm going to have any issues with it hitting stuff. I need to go down there and try to pull that elbow forward further. That'll help center this thing up. I'm going to set the camera away for a minute, go over there, kind of figure out where I need to cut stuff. I want to try to cut that thing at an angle so it kind of follows the angle of the bed. But we'll see if I can even manage to do that, because it's pretty difficult with just a hacksaw and an angle grinder. We'll see what I decide to do, but that's the hole. It's cut. Everything works. All I got to do is get that done, pull that elbow out, weld everything together, and then see if maybe it sounds better. It's definitely going to be louder from inside. That'll be a lot of fun when this thing's turbocharged, because I'll be able to hear the turbo whistle echoing out of the tailpipe. That'll be fun. So like I said, I'm going to go get that little bit done, cut some stuff, weld some stuff. We'll get that thing bolted on, and then if it's a significant difference in sound, I'll for sure make a separate video for it. But if it sounds about the same, I'll just let this video be the end of it. There's a tip. It sits back a little ways, but once I get another hanger running through the bed or something, I can pull it up right here, and that'll hold it nice and firm so it doesn't wiggle as much, and it'll sit center. I got it vertically center, just not this way, but it's got a lot of wiggle room before it starts hitting the bed. So I'll just see how it does, but my plan is to run, you guys probably can't see anything, but my plan is to just drill a hole through the bed, run a hanger through, that will tug it up this way a little bit, and then it'll sit center and be much more sturdy than it is. But it's time to set it on the ground, and then I'll start it, see if it sounds any different, make sure there's no leaks, and then I'll have the large portion of the exhaust work done that I was planning on having to do later, because now the entire thing from basically where the flex pipe back is all finished, and all I have to really deal with is the front end, like the downpipe and mating everything up. So that's all good. Having that done, Let's set this thing down and see what it sounds like. Alright, we are back on the ground. As you can see, things kind of shifted when I set it down because the frame flex while it was jacked up, because it wasn't jacked up perfectly level. But once I get my second hanger on here at some point, running through the bed back here, I should be able to take and pull it up here where I want it to be. But for now, I'm probably gonna have to deal with that swinging into the side of the bed a little bit. But hopefully it'll sound better than having it dragging on the ground and hitting my shock at least. So let's start it. It's probably gonna blow a bunch of dust because there's a lot of dust in that pipe. And then see if it sounds any different. Fail. I'll just turn it around a little bit, make it. Hopefully that'll do it. I need to replace that. I'll probably replace it tomorrow or the day after, whenever I feel like it. Not gonna do it today because I want to get some sleep before work. It's louder. Or it's just echoing more. It looks so sick. No exhaust leaks. That looks badass down there, I'm not gonna lie. I'm stoked on that. Wow. That's so sick. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you later.